Who's ready for another WWE Saudi Arabia production? Well, even if you're not, it's happening this Saturday, so let's talk about the show, shall we? I'm John Rentham with my WWE Night of Champions 2023 predictions. Let me know your predictions in the comments, please. Full disclosure, I'm recording these right after Raw. You know why? The card's set, SmackDown's taped, and honestly, I really don't give a fuck if they add anything last minute. And if they do, excuse me for not having the clairvoyance to see ahead into the future, because I can see into the future. I have to stop you from killing my race in the future. We already did that. I know you can do that. Gotta miss hanging out with Chris. It was so fun to do the DBZ abridged references. Nevertheless, anyway, 7 matches. They announced made one match official on Raw, even though it was pretty obvious it was going to happen. So, Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. Is Becky gonna get arrested for beating up the elderly? Will you be serious? Unless they do something where Trish wins and they're really going to keep Trish around, I mean, I almost think Becky has to win here. I mean, they can extend this thing to... I guess they could put Trish in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Is that really a good idea? Even though Trish is in phenomenal shape, is it smart to put somebody that age in the ladder match? Then again, they'll put Zoe in there, and Zoe was around when the Black Plague happened. Nevertheless, Zoe's not on this card. Zoe was around when the first Saudi Prince came along. Moving on, I think Becky's going to win this, and I think they're going to find some way to maybe do a fluky finish so they continue it, and Becky can be like, okay, I beat you, or it's like, I may have pinned you, but Trish can be like, you didn't actually beat me, and they build to like a last woman standing match or something, which they could pull off. So I got Becky winning this. And then we get Rhea versus Natalya for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Despite the fact Rhea's on Raw and they have barely had any interaction. And any interaction they've had, Natty has really not been made to look even pseudo competition. And Natty is talented. Natty is going to have a good match here with Rhea. Rhea has improved dramatically in the last few years alone. Natty is a great veteran, very talented in the ring, and can get a good match out of anybody. Rhea's going to win. Of course she's going to win. I would have this go 10 minutes. I would have Natty do some good stuff because Natty can. Because Natty can, and she mixes it with love and a sharpshooter. Maybe she shouldn't break out the sharpshooter. And never mind. Not gonna say that. Not gonna say that. The Crown Prince never has a security take out journalists or anything. So it's okay. Rhea's going to win. Going to retain the title, despite the fact she's got the other brand's title and she's on Raw. You have to do this little switcheroo or something. Bianca versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship, despite the fact that Bianca is now on SmackDown, and so is Asuka. If Asuka doesn't win here, if they don't do something where, say, Asuka uses the miss and gets disqualified and they push forward, with a match maybe where it's no DQ or something, then I don't know how Asuka doesn't win the title here. And I like Bianca. Do not misunderstand. Bianca being a dominant champion, that's cool. Asuka's got to win, though. She should have won at Mania, even though Bianca and Io was an incredible opener for Backlash. One of the best matches the WWE has put on all year. I don't even know if winning the title here will work for Asuka, but if she loses, then she's absolutely totally done. She could win Money in the Bank. She could cash it in. And wait, she won Money in the Bank at 2020, or at the 2020, event. And then she was able to get the title because Asuka was going to be a warrior, and Becky was going to go home and be a mother. I swore I was going to stop making fun of accents, but I can't. But I've got Asuka winning, because if she doesn't, that's it. Gunther versus Ali for the IC title. Gunther's winning, that's it. I like Ali, I really do. I hope he gets his release and is allowed to go somewhere else, because I don't see them pushing him. If he still wants his release, I really hope he gets it. Gunther's winning. Sami and Owens versus Roman and Solo with Paul Heyman, the Wise Man. What do I do for a Jewish guy to be over there? Anyway, let's move on from that. Undisputed tag titles. Sami and Owens will win. When we get the Usos accidentally costing Roman and Solo the match. Inadvertently, kinda. Except then they're going to build to a tag match where the Bloodline's going to explode at Money in the Bank. Because you got to do something. Sami and Owens should not lose the titles here. And don't get me wrong, it would be hilarious to have Roman, who barely is around, be tag team champions, and then what's Solo gonna do? Have to pick one of the other brothers, or the Smothers brothers, or whatever, one of the two brothers to team with and everything, and then maybe they lose the titles, and then that ultimately causes the blow up. And what do you do with Sami and Owens? I mean, they don't exactly feel hot as tag team champions. Having the unified titles is a curse, but it is what it is. They don't have enough quality tag teams on Raw and SmackDown to split them. But goddamn it, maybe you have Sami and Owens just continue to be like fighting champions. Just have the Usos cost Roman and Solo the match and build to that, and you finally, or you gotta do something to keep the titles on Sami and Owens, because otherwise it's just gonna be ridiculous. Cody and Bork. I have Bork winning because Cody's gonna fight, and then he's gonna lose. Darn, he's gonna get locked in the Kimura, and his arm's really gonna get hurt. And then maybe Brandy can show up at Money in the Bank and Brock can F5 her like 3 times and kick her off of TV for good. That's the only acceptable, way I'll want Brandy on TV is if she's F5 repeatedly. And even though Brock's safe, I don't trust Brandy to actually know how to fucking take that. Okay, now we get Rollins and AJ Styles. AJ Styles of SmackDown competing for a title that's going to be exclusive to Raw. It's going to make sense. It's going to be a really good match if you overlook the stupidity of how they have basically wrote this stuff and written themselves into a corner. Rollins has to win, and he's going to win. Take the title to Raw. And also they've gone back to the original World Heavyweight Championship design. Good, because the other one was ugly. There you go. I got Rollins winning. I think the matches will be good, for the most part. I'll see what happens once I'm able to watch it Saturday afternoon. Are you excited for Night of Champions? Or are you not going to watch it because you either don't care about the Saudi shows or you just don't care about WWE anymore? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.